American dreams really can come true.
Decisions I make with considerable regret.
Funny thing, success. It isn't easy. I've been trying to get this television show up for 7 years. But here we are.
I guess then we can't call you an overnight success.
Ah, thanks, Kieren. But I bet you had to do a few laps in the pool for those 2 gold medals.
Definitely. And that's what Australian success is all about. Exploring success in all areas of life. Because it means something different to all of us.
Coming up, the bumpy journey on the road to success.
I was 45 years of age and had absolutely nothing to show for my life.
Plus, discover what it takes to succeed.
Never give a sucker an even break.
And tips to help you get out there and do it. But first...
G'day! Woo, look at this!
In your face, brash, embarrassing Lioka. They're all popular descriptions for one of Australia's most extroverted success stories, Steve Irwin. Think that today you'd be this big. Did you ever dare to dream?
No, I didn't. Had no idea. When I married Terry, she said to me, she goes, one day you're going to be bigger than Paul Hogan. And I said, do you only like me for my crocodiles? And she's like, no.
The crocodile hunter has now stormed the world, seen on television by more than 200 million viewers in 230 countries.
Please welcome Steve Irwin.
Well, yours, mate.
What are you doing?
His first movie, Collision Course, made $18 million in its first week in the US, and he's ranked 6 on Business Review Weekly's Entertainment Rich List. It doesn't seem to me like that success or that money has changed you.
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity to tell you, mate. Never had a flash boat or a flash house or gold-plated dunny seats, mate. We've always put our money into wildlife conservation.
It all began in 1970 when Steve's dad, Bob, gave up his job in Melbourne and moved the family to Queensland to pursue their dream of creating a wildlife park.
Throughout my childhood, you know, I stared at him as the icon. And I went through my 20s as a rat bag. You know, I was as naughty as any, 21-year-old. You know, I was out there surfing.
The rebellious years.
You know, Sheilas weren't safe, the whole thing, all right? So I went through that, and Dad's like, if you don't do this and you don't do that, you'll be better at this. And he's going on with all this stuff, as your dad does, trying to give you guidance. Couldn't hear a thing.
Very good. All right.
Naturally enough.
You're normal then. That's good to know.
Exactly. And then when I hit 30, someone turned the light on. It's like, crikey, Dad was right on the mark. Okay, what I've got to endeavour to do here is got to get it.
It was Steve's father who bought an old video camera that started his son thinking.
Pretty soon I learnt, hey, I can film myself doing this. So I just stick it in a tree, stick it on the bank, go and do my job. I mean, it was raw stuff, but it was fair income. And here we are back at the Queensland Reptile and Fauna Park with 2 crocodiles.
While those videos got him to where he is today, Steve considers his greatest achievement his family.
Look at my baby.
Tragically, Steve's mum Lynn died in a car crash while he was filming his first movie. Steve had lost his greatest fan.
There's some things that will never be the same. I think I don't have a particular strength that I had while she was there propping me up.
It's the king. It's the king of the rattlers. Have a look at this little ripper.
Steve's passion has made him a worldwide cult figure, but the crocodile hunter has paid a price.
I was living in motels, and limousines were turning up, and I'm like, I am just a fish out of water. This is alien, this is foreign. I'm not loving it. I don't understand it. And I was, retreating, going backwards. Yeah. You don't strive for fame. Fame, in essence, is the downside of being the best in the world.
Oh, how's that? I can feel the little baby moving in her tummy.
Is this your first baby?
Does it upset you when people take you too seriously?
Yeah, it does, you know. Who doesn't? I mean, you know, you say things and you do things and you make mistakes. Have you ever known anyone that hasn't made a mistake? How on earth do you get to be anybody by not making mistakes? And when you're up there on that big global platform, mate, you're supposedly not allowed to make any mistakes.
And do you ever get to the point where you say, that's it, I've had enough, I'm not putting up with this anymore, I'm out?
No, mate, I would never, ever, no matter what, toss in the towel. I am a wildlife warrior, through and through. By crikey, there is not a thing, an influence in this world that can stop me being who I
am. Next, finding the energy to achieve.
Let's ditch the diet and get healthy instead.
And the story behind one of Australia's highest paid personalities.
The one and only Mr. John Sammy Newman.